TSR Subramaniam, former cabinet secretary, has a strong view against quotas in promotions in government. Also with us tonight, Sudhindra Bhadoria of the BSP, Professor Vivek Kumar of JNU, Gaurav Bhatia of the Samajwadi Party, and Sharat Pradhan, senior journalist. You know, Mr. Bhadoria, I don't want to be too extreme right at the start, but what you are carrying out in Parliament seems to be some form of bullying. You're bullying Parliament into overruling what the courts in this country want. The courts in this country have given clear reasons why you cannot implement quotas arbitrarily, especially for promotions. So, Mr. Bhadoria, obviously you at your end are doing bullying, and Mr. Bhatia, what you at your end are doing is blackmail. So, on both sides,
I'll answer.
On both sides, two political parties are pulling this country back, especially UP back. Mr. Bhadoria, would you like to start, please?
Well, insofar as the BSP is concerned, today, Behan Mayawati ji appealed to the entire Parliament, particularly the NDA and UPA members, and in this appeal, she has asked upon them to support this bill. Now, insofar as the legality and the illegality of this is concerned, this has been debated and by the minister himself and also the leader of the opposition in the Rajya Sabha. They have also debated this issue thoroughly. Now, Mayawati having sensed the anxiety, the anger and the agony of the Dalits, took a very aggressive posture yesterday, and I think the government has relented, and it is the Samajwadi Party, on the contrary, which was holding this entire Parliament to ransom. They have done it in the past as well, and therefore today, when they walked out, there was a healthy debate, and I think on Monday, as it has been promised, this will see the light of the day.
I am sorry, both sides, including the Samajwadi Party, are only pulling this country back. Both of you want caste in some form to be back on the agenda. Gaurav Bhatia, even your party, you are not guided by the principle of efficiency or equality. You are fighting for OBCs, Mayawati is fighting for SC/STs. This entire bill and the opposition to it is simply, Gaurav, due to the desire of two political parties, first you and then the BSP, to protect your vote banks. And in protecting your vote banks, you don't seem to care about the long-term impact of the caste politics that both sides are now pushing for. No, one second, Mr. Bhadoria, let's hear from the Samajwadi Party. Gaurav, you agree with me, I'm sure.
Yeah. I would first like to say there is a doctrine called principle of natural justice. Arnav, you are passing verdicts without even giving an opportunity to the Samajwadi Party or to me to clarify our stand. You can term it as caste politics, but there are very valid reasons that the leaders of Samajwadi Party have given, and the reasons are these. Why we are opposing this constitutional amendment? Because the constitutional amendment that has been brought just now is to circumvent the Supreme Court judgment, as you also pointed out in the debate just now. The Supreme Court had said that any reservation and promotion should be justified by way of quantifiable data. In such a short span of time, I am sure it was not possible for anybody to conduct any survey and have this quantifiable data. Therefore, we feel that this would divide the society, it would be a compromise on efficiency, and therefore this constitutional amendment should not come. In fact, the procedures, healthy procedures of parliamentary democracy have been sacrificed by the BSP when they threatened the chair of the Rajya Sabha, and I think this is a quid pro quo between the two. The very next day, the chairperson takes this bill as one of the agenda items, and therefore we have shown this reservation and strong opposition. This has got nothing
so do you want promotions for OBCs? Please? 1 minute. Do you want quota in promotions for OBCs? Yes or no?
What I am answering your question.
Do you want quota in promotions for OBCs, Gaurav Bhatia?
I am trying to answer if you give me a chance. Whatever guidelines have been laid down by the Supreme Court would apply to all stratas of society, irrespective of who we are talking about.
So you are against quota in promotion for OBCs in the present form? So you are against quota in promotion for OBCs. Say it.
If you are trying to put words in my mouth,
I am not. I am applying your logic to yourself.
Yes.
No, I am applying your logic to yourself.
I clarified.
No,
I clarified.
No, you are going. You are trying. You are trying. You are. No, 1 second. You cannot apply two sets of logic in two places. Even if there is some form of reservation, shouldn't economic and social backwardness and not caste and community of an individual be the considerations? That's point one. Second, you say there must be verifiable data. There is no verifiable data for OBCs. Yes. There is no verifiable data for SC/STs. Therefore, Gaurav Bhatia, don't do a U-turn. You are therefore by principle against. You are against quota in promotions for OBCs.
Arnab, please. Arnab, you would not permit me to speak. How will I answer? I personally feel the Constitution says that there should be no arbitrariness when it comes to any action of the state. Irrespective, I am not talking about any specific community. I am saying that there should be no arbitrariness, there should be guidelines and there should be quantifiable data if promotion is given to any
and the same thing applies to OBCs. So don't have a double standard when it comes to OBCs, which is your political constituency. I want to get Sharath Pradhan before I go to TSR Subram. It's Sharath Pradhan. Are you in any doubt about what this fight is really about? Is it about meritocracy or vote banks?
This is sheer vote bank and nothing else. If Mayawati, on one hand, there are two things, Arnab, I would like to point out. On one hand, these politicians, particularly Mayawati, has all along been saying that she always believes in respecting the verdict of the judiciary. Then why is it in this case she is trying to circumvent the law? The judgment was given against her policy of promotions, a reservation in promotions by a high court, very upright high court judge here in Lucknow. And after that, it was upheld by the Supreme Court. Thereafter, all that Mayawati has been insisting upon the Congress, that's the reason they joined hands with them, that they will get the bill passed. Because now she wants to circumvent that law, which also, first of all, let me also point out that the Constitution, all these advocates of this particular policy have been claiming that there is a constitutional provision already there. No, it is only an enabling provision. It is not a mandatory provision.
No.
And that also very clearly states, what they are trying to circumvent is that the law says, the Constitution says, that only in cases where promotions are not taking place in those categories.
Sharath, Mr. Pradhan,
then only
Mr. Pradhan, I'm the one second, Mr. Bhadoria, 1 minute. I am asking a simple, today, which young person will want to join the government unless you are from a community which is going to get, a double promotion? How will you encourage young people to join the government unless they are from the SC/ST quota? Because they'll say, even if I become an IAS officer tomorrow, Professor Vivek Kumar, hear me out. I work hard, I become an IAS officer, and then I find somebody after gets a quota to join government, and then after joining government gets double promotions. So that person will become a secretary to the government of India, and his colleague might just be a joint secretary. How fair is that? Professor Vivek Kumar, is this the India that Nehru and Ambedkar wanted when is this the India Nehru and Ambedkar wanted?
Quality which will create chaos. Well, Nehru never wanted a reservation. The junior most.
Is this the kind of reservation that Ambedkar wanted? Professor Kumar.
Ambedkar wanted nation building process. Yeah, that's what I'm telling. Ambedkar wanted nation building process. Ambedkar envisaged, Baba Saheb Ambedkar envisaged reservation as a means of nation building. People have reduced, the politics of reservation has reduced only to the fight of certain seats in government. So we have to see the larger picture of representation and self-representation. And when you say that the IAS officers who are going to join, they will be getting double promotion, sorry, that's what this bill is all about. Now this bill categorically says only proportional representation will be given at the higher echelons. So that means there is a correction in this bill. So this bill, what people who are having a heartburn that tomorrow there will be higher echelons.
Answer my question. No. Professor Kumar, answer my question today. How fair is it? Yeah. How fair is it for young India today? How fair is it? You are making a system whereby it will be a disincentive. Won't it be, Mr. Subramaniam? Will this not be a disincentive to everybody who is not from the SC/ST quota to want to join government at all in the first place?
Arnab, I think that is about the least of the problems. That's about the least of the issues. We are having the caste problem, which is an important problem, which is a major malaise in our society for thousands of years, at least many centuries. It needs to be addressed, it needs to be solved. Sadly, in the last 60 years, due to vote bank politics, we are making it actually worse instead of solving it. Everybody is fighting for his own small piece of cake and tearing up the whole body. On the other hand, the proposal now would not solve the caste problem, but on the other hand, it would destroy the only instrument of governance that we have, namely civil services. Have we thought about the implications of what we are trying to do? This is going to bring intrigue, this is going to bring politics into every hierarchy.
I would like to come in over here.
To break the caste.
I cannot speak. If somebody is interrupting like this.
1 minute, Professor Kumar. Professor Kumar, 1 minute. 1 minute. Professor Kumar, hear TSR Subramaniam out. He has a right to his views. And let me tell you, sir, you may disagree. Check yourself what Ambedkar wanted. Ambedkar wanted reservations to be a time-bound concept. Ambedkar did not want reservations to serve political interests. Baba Saheb Ambedkar did not want reservations to serve political interests.
Baba Saheb only wanted,
Baba Saheb Ambedkar wanted reservation to be a time-bound concept.
Time-bound reservation for only politics.
Some political parties may want reservations to go on forever. But then it will be the end of merit.
In certain context, historical context, Arnab Goswami.
Time-bound reservation was only for politics. Time-bound reservation was not for services.
I would like to come in here, Mr.
No. 1 minute, Sharat Pradhan is rebutting. 1 minute, Sharat Pradhan is rebutting you, Professor Kumar. Sharat Pradhan, go ahead.
You know,
Sharat Pradhan did not know anything. He doesn't know anything about reservation.
Come on, at least in this issue, I know certainly better. If you think that you are the only one who knows, then you are very sadly mistaken.
Tell me,
let me tell you,
tell me about
Article
332. What is Article 332?
Professor Kumar, let him give his point of view.
To let others also speak. Hear out others also. You can't just shout down others, okay? What I'm trying to say, this policy is going to create reverse discrimination, which will have serious consequences in governance. There are already cases here where, because of such policies implemented by Mayawati in the previous regime, there were cases where the junior most chap became superior to somebody under whom he had worked. With the result, there was anarchy. It has happened in UP. Professor Vivek Kumar would not be aware. He is a theoretical person. He doesn't seem to know what happens on ground.
That's what.
Let him complete, Professor. Let him complete.
Arnab, that is what this bill has done.
Professor, 1 minute.
What has it done?
I want to know if anybody has a clear answer to my question. My question is this.
Yeah.
Hear my question, and I want to know whether Sudhindra Bhadoria will answer to my question. The court says court is not saying. 1 minute, Sudhindra Bhadoria, will you hear my question? What is the court saying? The court is not saying don't have reservations, quota in promotion. The court is saying show me the data on the basis of which you can say that you are underrepresented. Once you show me the data, then you go ahead and do it. So the Supreme Court in the Nagaraj case, Sudhindra Bhadoria, demands substantive data to show backwardness of the class and inadequacy of representation of that class in public employment. When you fail to do so, the UP government fails to do so, that's why this debate has come up. And because you failed to do so, now you want to, 1 minute Sudhindra, now you want to take the easy way out, we'll change the constitution altogether. We can't show the data that there is any backwardness. We will bully the parliament, we will use our political clout, we'll change the constitution. How fair is that?
Question this way.
Mr. Bhadoria, my question is to Mr. Bhadoria.
Question this way. Yes. Can I answer this question now?
Yes,
now
sir.
My answer is This discrimination which has been there for the centuries has seen the scheduled caste, scheduled tribe population pushed to the margins.